Oh yeah, how magnificent, guys, huh? Horror House in the Hills. Broughton State Hospital.
Guys, this place is absolutely insane. I have been
Strong,
down a rabbit
strong
hole.
pun for words. Yo, what's up? Charlie checking in.
Erica checking in. I have been on a rabbit hole for the past while looking into this place, and there's so much history I can't even begin to tell you, but we're gonna begin.
Yeah. Starting out right here in Morganton, North Carolina, guys. What was once known as the State Hospital?
Yes, it was the Western State North Carolina Asylum for the Insane.
Pretty much like what you've seen with us on Bull Street. You know, if you had any sort of malady, whether sneezy, itchy skin, working too hard, to serious issues, schizophrenia.
Extreme lactating, not having your period.
That's me, yeah. You were brought right here to the State Hospital. This is actually the Avery building. There's, 800 acres worth of stuff out here we're going to show you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this vlog started, I guess.
800 acres, yes. And they decided to build it in 1875, and then they started building it in 1877. There was 50 state convicts that they released from prison to make bricks to build this place. And then it opened in 1883. There was 200 patients whenever it first opened, and then by the 1940s, there was up to 3,500 patients with only one doctor per 500 patients here.
Holy goodness gracious.
Yes.
So chaos ensued, guys.
Chaos.
They said that it was so chaotic. In fact, they said that doctors, it was a known practice for them to stuff bars of soap into tube socks and walk into the wings, swinging them damn bars of soap around their heads just so that they wouldn't get attacked, huh?
Yeah.
Another sad practice here, guys, man. This was like a haven, for many people, lost souls. Many people would bring their children right here and just drop them off right here at the doorsteps, guys. They can't begin to tell you how many infants are actually buried right here on this property as well, guys. This is seriously almost like a house of 1,000 corpses, man.
Yeah, there were people
Sadness.
that were literally just dropped off and forgotten here. They would bring their family members here, and they'd live here 30, 40, 50 years until they died.
Whole families would die. Numerous whole families would live, reside here, and die here, man, and be buried here. And it's so beautiful, so sad. It's not abandoned, guys. It's like partially used still.
Well, the patients moved out of here in 2018. There's a brand new hospital right next door.
Yeah, right over there. If you could actually, a little quick zoom in. It's a pretty big area over there. Hey, Dusty.
So it's still used for offices and stuff, but there's no more patients here, and you can see it's very quiet.
It is.
And I need to see a security guard, because that security guard has a very, very, very important job, because we all know what happened to Babcock, and I do not want to see no spray painted penises on here.
Yeah, right.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, so we're gonna find a security guard, let him know our intentions, and hopefully he'll give us the okay to kind of walk around, and share some stories with you that Erica has looked up, along with some creepy, eerie facts, guys. Can't you just see the faces staring back out the windows?
We're actually making our way over to the most haunted wing. There's a nurse, Miss Margaret. She worked here for years and years, worked the night shift, and she says that this wing right here, she wrote a book about it.
Yes.
I'm gonna buy it.
Haunted Broughton.
Haunted Broughton, and we're walking over to the most haunted wing. It's a whole book on just ghost stories from this place.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We don't really have too much stories about the church right here. It's just pretty. And I could just...
Faith Chapel, erected to the glory of God in 1966.
Oh, wow. 1966, huh? A place for peace and solace for those having trouble finding it within themselves, in their minds, and their hearts. Trust me, I speak from experience, man. Religion really can't help you find yourself. And a sense of purpose. Right here among the bush garden.
The Bush Garden, Mary Bush.
Bush Gardens! scary one right there.
That's the most haunted part.
Is it?
That's the most haunted ward.
As Miss Maggie came in through here on one of her videos, you can check her out. What's her name again? Maggie
Langley.
Miss Maggie Langley. We'll share some links for her videos. She would actually ride through and show this building and talk about how some of her friends would talk about an unseen force rushing past them on the top floor while they were transporting a patient, huh?
Well, no, I think they were just walking. It was two nurses just walking down the hallway, and it was like just something just came at them, boom, like down the hallway.
Rushed them.
Yeah.
And these were professional women of distinguished personality and professionalism. And, you know, they won't make up a dumb story like that, you know?
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of stories, like them sitting there doing their paperwork beside a door that has glass on it, and then you can see reflections of people like walking around over their reflections in the glass, but there's nobody there with you.
Almost kind of like those old Humphrey Bogart movies, you know, where he's sitting there at his desk, right, you know, having him a drink, and he sees that reflection through the frosted glass.
Miss Margaret,
literally what they were saying.
Miss Margaret herself said she was sitting there doing paperwork, and somebody got right up in her ear real close and was like, Margaret. And she said she freaked out, but she didn't scream or nothing. She like just froze in fear and just got up and calmly walked out. Like, yeah, I'm out.
And that was at Ward C, Ward G. I don't know if that.
F. She
F.
said it was F on the top floor. It was right up here. We're gonna walk around and get closer.
Wow, take a look, guys. There's some fenced in rec area. We're gonna show you guys this in a second. This isn't just for, you know, this is also for criminally insane, man. They mingled, you know, some really harmless people in with some really bad people. We're gonna share that story here in a minute as well. It's quite imposing though, man. It's such a big area. And look, we got Penny with us. Don't we, baby? Yay! Yeah, see, if you see right there, Correction Enterprises. Looks like a correctional facility bus they have right there. Probably got some inmates in there washing clothes. Saunders building.
Yes, I'm noticing a
Built
lot of
in
the
1939. Not the Saunders building that we would explore on Bull Street.
But what I'm noticing is
Take
that
a look,
lot
guys.
of the buildings are named the same. So I wonder if it's after the same doctors that were like mental health people.
Admission services right here. I don't know.
All right, so we're just walking around looking at all the beautiful sights around here. And I've just noticed that it says right here, Avery Building South Wing 1880. So that whole middle part right there would have been what 50 people made the bricks out of in just like 2 short years. 50 people made bricks to build all of that. And then they just kept adding and adding and adding on to it.
Yeah, 5 years later they would do the Avery South Wing and the Reese Building. Look how creepy the bars over that adjoining hall is. And remember, there was also tunnels underneath us as well.
Yes, there's tunnels underneath us.
What you see, baby? Probably just sorry.
And also, I noticed this, and I'm thinking it looks like chalk. Like that looks like a kid's chalk or something. Nixon. No, it is paint. So,
I'm not sure.
like nobody in recent times would be painting Nixon on walls. So I wonder when that was put there. That is so neat to me.
Was it a patient? Was it a vandal?
It was a patient.
Both?
Yeah, a vandal patient.
It has been made, yes. I gotta tell you, man, I couldn't really see anybody else just walking around like us and just walking up and defacing this building, you know, with all the security and shit that's around here. There's actually a police gymnasium right around the corner here. Look how old. Look at the bell right there.
Oh.
Man, this is just creepy, dude. It's like we're in Haddonfield, man.
This over here was the gymnasium and the library. On this side, we're gonna go check these out, see what they say.
Maximum security courtyard. These little benches where they come out and spend some time with their family or loved ones they're lucky enough to get a visit. You notice the hallways back behind them with the gates still. Gates within a gate. Almost kind of reminds me of Shawshank Redemption. back half to the Avery building. And guys, just look, it's so dead out here, man. It's not abandoned, but it's definitely not in use, man. So dilapidated and pretty. We got something else scary to show you here in a second. Show you this building right here. This is a creepy one. Oh my God. First up,
that might be the scariest
Penny, stay away from that infectious waste. What? That
might be the scariest sight I've ever seen.
Just imagine being a patient having to walk up here. The worst of the worst were stored. Not over here in the nice Avery building.
Not in the beautiful.
That might be a security guard. We're looking for security. Well, to be continued. Oh my God.
So I just had a very long talk with the Broughton police. They do not have security guards out here. They are Broughton police officers. And he says that we're free to walk around. It's an open campus. Sorry for the wind. It just had to pick up whenever I started talking. It's an open campus and we are free to walk around it and look at whatever. And he gave me so much more information and I'm excited. I love this place already. I hope you guys don't get tired of it.
Take a look. He said this was actually a juvenile living facility for
this,
quite a while.
Yeah, the officer said this was the juvenile facility and they had a school here. They actually had school while they were here at the hospital. So
yeah, the doctors and the facilities, they were in charge of their education as well as their mental well-being. And it's just crazy. There's a tunnel in it. Hey, look, the door's kicked open.
okay guys, I'm not playing. We keep hearing stuff. A minute ago we were walking and we heard it sounded
Flames
like
and bangs
like
and rocks being
scratches.
Scratches on the windows.
I promise you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I was like, yeah, well, acorns are falling off the trees and stuff. So now we're walking right here. We're right here in the middle. There's no trees nowhere around us, and something just fell and made a noise right here. It sounded like something hit something metal right here. And my first thought is, you know, acorns and stuff falling off of trees. And then I'm like, there is no trees nowhere around us.
Creepy. So man, maybe we are experiencing some sort of paranormal activity.
Yeah. Miss Margaret said that there was a whole lot of people that worked here, and whenever they had to go from one side of the hospital to another, a lot of times they would take a longer route and go like way out of their way to avoid certain units and certain wards.
Speaking of people working here, why don't you tell them the story about Dr. Boyles and Nurse Betty?
Oh, Dr. Boyles and Nurse Betty. Okay, well, they were both, there was a doctor and a nurse that worked here, and Dr. Boyles, he lived on the campus here with his wife and his kids. Well, they were having an affair, and Miss Betty, she was over it. So she tried to break it off with Mr. Boyles, and so he decided to stab her in her neck 2 times.
I'd say when it's over.
Yeah.
2 fatal stab wounds to the neck.
Yep.
Where she would pass away in like 1973.
1971, yeah.
And lay up in the morgue right here.
They brought her right here. This is the Jones building. You can see it's connected to the Avery through this little hallway and also through underground tunnels, I'm sure. But this is where the morgue was.
And yeah, some heavy duty patients, man. Look at the bars on that.
Yeah, there's still bars.
But yeah, so. Love, hate, anger, death.
Yes.
There wasn't just patients killing each other out here. There was doctors killing fucking nurses out here.
Yeah.
Right? Crazy. Matter of fact, the first patient here was a doctor, right? Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper was the first patient here. Yes, officer. Oh, I should have got the officer's name. He was very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All the keys.
Yeah.
Erica might be able to fandangle us.
Yes.
Our way into this damn building.
I don't know if we were filming whenever we said so a minute ago, but we just saw an open door. There's an open door, and so I'm gonna go. We are not going in. I'm making friends with the security guard, and I'm gonna tell him that there's an open door, and then he's gonna let me in. Yep, it's a mission. I'm on a mission.
Take a look right here. This is where I showed you guys the maximum security. Like I said, man, they would lump these patients in super insane and violent, along with those very minor situations. What about the grandpa killer?
Yeah, the grandpa killer. His name let me see. His name was Joseph Vore. Joseph Vore was sent here in 1996. He killed.
96?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yep.
Not long ago.
It was 1996. He killed an elderly guy at a nursing home. There was a guy in a nursing home, and he murdered him.
They brought the elderly guy here because he had Alzheimer's.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
So Mr. Vorse, he was 23 years old. He was brought here because he was incompetent to stand trial for murdering an older guy that was in a nursing home. So then he was here, and Mr. Dean Krause, he was at a hospital in a nursing home. Actually, he was at a nursing home in Asheville, and he was changing his medicine. They were like changing up his Alzheimer's medicine, and he needed, like, I guess, tighter people watching him or something.
They wanted to overlook him and make sure that he was alternating from one prescription to the other safely.
Right. So Mr. Krause came from the nursing home in Asheville and came here to the Broughton Hospital just while he was exchanging medicines and stuff. Well,
and they put him with a violent killer, a grandpa killer.
Put him with a grandpa killer.
They put an old man with a Let's go ahead and put the old man with the grandpa killer. Let's see if this will rehabilitate him, not to hurt the old man, not to hurt the grandpa.
Yeah,
That's fucked up. They should have been arrested, sued for this stuff. Right?
Yeah, and because it was a hospital and not a prison, everybody was allowed to just roam around freely. You had your ward that you were assigned to, and I'm sure that you were locked in, but other than that, you just walked around freely with the other people. And they found Mr. Krause. He was beaten to death and strangled, and they found him underneath Mr. Vore's bed. Mr. Voss, something, who cares? His name doesn't matter.
Room's right there at the corner.
But yeah, right here. So then the Broughton Hospital, of course, they're in like a little bit of trouble. The family's freaking out, and Broughton's like, we asked for more funding.
Yeah, like, well, why the hell did you put my grandpa with the grandpa killer?
Yes.
The fucking hell.
Pretty nutso.
Hey man, this butterfly's been following us around.
I just saw a monarch butterfly. Shout out to Miss Donna. I saw a monarch. So that was pretty cool. But also this campus is a lot like the Bull Street campus is self-sustaining. This was the generator house. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, machine shop garage, but they had the gardens, they had the farms, they provided
slaughterhouse. We're about to go check out the fucking slaughterhouse.
Yeah, they provided everything that they needed out here. So, ooh, spooky stuff. What else can we find? Woo! The Jones building. Shout out to the Joneses. That's where the morgue was. Oh, sorry, I had my hand over the camera.
That was so crazy. You look like the thing from The Ring or something.
So anyways, the morgue was in this building right here, and then they took the morgue out to make a ward for Ebola. Whenever Ebola came through, then that's where they put all the Ebola people at. So the morgue is no longer there.
Now they got to build a COVID center right there. Hey, like admitting services. What kind of sick joke is that? Let's put the morgue right there at the admitting services.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. Walking this kind of reminds me of Bull Street, man. Instantly reminded of the time that we went and visited Jennifer while she was out there. And we took her a whole bunch of clothes and stuff, and came back 2 days later to go see her again. And all of the girls in the ward with her was wearing her clothes. They done beat her up and took her damn clothes. I swear to God, man, we were sitting in this one little section where we had to sit in and watch them get transported from one hall to another, through a room, with a glass window that we got to watch. And next thing I know, I see this girl walking out, and she's wearing Jennifer's, it was like a green sweater. It said "Have a nice day" with a yellow smiley face on it. And we're like, what the hell, Couldn't find out they were all wearing Jennifer's crap. I'm sure she did not have a good time out on Bull Street. It makes me feel for the young kids, that are pushed away from their families, or not necessarily pushed away, but are sent away from their families, to mental health purposes that, some people just never get over. People deal with mental health all their fucking lives. My mom, she had been put on different medications. You know how it is. Anybody out there on, any kind of antidepressants and stuff, your body gets used to it. They have to re-diagnose you, resubscribe, and it's just, it's a sad ordeal, that I've lived with, and I love you guys. Even though we fight, I still love you guys, and I still feel bad. Still think about times like that, And dang you, Penny, she's like, I want to walk around every...
Go wherever you want to go.
Be free. Here, I'll just let you have that. Be free.
Yeah, go. Jeez.
This is kind of a nice interpretation for time standing still, you know. Right here at 11 o'clock. An appreciation. Jerry Hunter and gang.
And all these dead flowers are pretty ominous, thinking of, like in the old times, this place was like the hubbub of town. This is where they would come and they would host dances. People would come out here. Like we said before, there's 800 acres.
Yeah.
And it was all beautifully done and flowers and stuff everywhere. So people would just come out here and hang out and have picnics with their party. Picnics with their families.
While their loved ones and other esteemed members of the community, you know, suffered from lunacy, they were handing out pamphlets and stuff to people of the community. Do you know anyone that's crazy? Bring them on over here to Broughton. We'll take care of them. But then they had a thing about secrecy and privacy, guys. There are tunnels below us, man, connecting every single one of these buildings here. Come on, Penny. Come on, girl. And in privacy, you know, they would be able to move patients without, you know, the general public being aware of their presence in their surroundings.
Being disturbed of their picnics up here.
I'm sitting here trying to eat my ham sandwich and play with the, you know, that wheel, that little hula hoop that you play around with a stick.
They're like,
My
hi,
kids,
Grandpa, here it comes, y'all.
you can see these people up here riding the big bicentennial bicycles with the little wheel on the front or the back and the big wheel on the front. Top of the day to you, you know. Meanwhile, you know, Morganton's sick, or should I say North Carolina's, because this was actually the state hospitals. North Carolina's sick and haunted. You know, they would be claims that it was so full here that they would even lock them up in the tunnels below.
Yeah.
The tunnels are very highly active. The cop said, well, I don't know if there's any tunnels under here or not. Yeah, he just don't want to tell us yet.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's walk around and we're going to show you one of these tunnels. Another very highly active building right here, guys. Want to show you, look. Got their own tunnel. Goes under the road. Connects to the Avery building right there. Or no, actually that's not the Avery building. But either way, your ass is not going outside. No freedom for you. Because as you see, they'll let you outside, but you're still behind a gate there and behind a gate right there. The worst of the worst, man. They traveled under tunnels like this. Sort of like rats from Secret of Nim or something. And I wonder what these different symbols here are for. They say that there's a lot of mold and asbestos in these buildings. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what that is right there. But yeah, man, look. Actual tunnels, man. Proof of tunnels. Oh my goodness. Almost kind of like House of a Thousand Corpses. You remember when Otis and the family, they escaped from the house. They did so with the tunnels. Wow. Get the little look-see inside here. Whoa. Just imagine something. You can actually smell the abandoned. Can you smell it?
Yeah, I can
love
smell
it.
Miss Margaret did say this is where they kept the worst of the worst of the worst, right here.
Is there anyone here with us? Any spirits that would like to come forward and tell us their stories? We shall return. In the words of Grandpa, we shall return. I brought my ghost box.
So we're the furthest away from the Avery building right now. They kept the like criminally insane or like dangerous people far away. Well, I guess at some point, because I mean, Grandpa, what happened to him?
Yeah, right. So sad. And there's security up there. They're both talking. We have free reign of the place. They may even get us some keys to let us in at some point or another. Oh, man. Reminds me of jail, dude. Straight up. That's county jail. Back over there is the school for the deaf. Let's say it's another historical project. But what I'm interested in is back over here, the slaughterhouse, which he pretty much gave us the actual directions to. We're gonna go check it out. He said it's really still owned by the city of Morganton as opposed to whoever privately owns this. Check this out. Congrats on 4M. Oh, look, man, this is where the kids are. Wow. Don't be hard on yourself. I don't know. Wow. They got their chalk. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. marking off their days here, guys. So sad and creepy. Okay, yep, that's the back side that the officer told us was the juvenile center. Part of the Federal Work Agency, the Harper Building, built in 1940. Damn, and she looks scary as hell. Oh yeah, could one of those be the houses? Maybe that nice one right there that Dr. Boyles resided in.
With his wife and kids.
In marital bliss until he decided to destroy his family over a young piece of strange, one Nurse Betty. I wonder what actually happened to him, if he got fired or if he got a promotion, because...
He killed himself.
Oh, really? Rightfully so.
It was a murder-suicide.
Oh, shit. Come up here. Murder-suicide. Holy crap. Wonder if they're both buried out here. We're going to check out a cemetery, and we're going to check out a slaughterhouse. If we can find the slaughterhouse, but that's going to be for another video. We've got almost 30 minutes worth of footage here for you, and I've enjoyed it.
Just scratching the surface.
We're just scratching the surface. We got more shit to share with you all out here. Like I said, we're going to share links to Miss Margaret, Nurse Margaret, and her first-hand accounts of hauntings right here. Haunting Broughton. Almost kind of reminds me of damn, what's the Smith's Grove Sanitarium in Haddonfield, Illinois. Imagine a young Mikey Myers staring blankly out the window until the day the voice tells him to hunt down his family and erase them. But also, like I say, man, there's a lot of accounts of people actually finding help and finding love and finding understanding and comfort here as well, you know. So like I say, man, it was a really eclectic blend of violent and not so violent, you know, needy and not so needy.
And then some just sad and beautiful at the same time. The officer said there was a lady here painted a beautiful picture. It's housed inside of Avery. And she lived on the grounds, never left the grounds her entire life. And she sat up on the hill and painted a picture of the building.
So maybe we can get lucky enough, we'll find our way into the Avery building one day and be able to share that wonderful picture with you all, as well as some more stories, maybe even a ghost adventure or two. So, oh man.
Thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. We will see you next time. Come back and explore this beautiful place with us. Fun.
Later. Kind of reminds me of Babcock. Look at the cupola. This is like, I think it's about the same size as Babcock or bigger.
This I think is bigger than Babcock.